Hola, muy buenos dias. How are you doing, chefs? We're so glad to see you today. Today we have two delicious things that we're going to make with you. We are going to make a sandwich and a salad. We're going to make the salad first, and the salad that we're going to make is inspired by a recipe from our Forest Feast Kids Cookbook, and we're going to make the red salad. So I'll put a link to the book in the bottom of the video so you can check it out if you want to. Highly recommend. It's so good. And let's see. What are the ingredients that we're going to need for our salad today? Everything in the salad is red. So let's take a peek. We're going to need a red onion and a red bell pepper. We're going to use tomatoes and radishes. We've got an apple. Now, an apple can be a lot of different colors, but we chose a red one. And then we have raspberries, cherries.
Yummy, I love cherries.
And we're going to make a dressing too, but we'll get to the dressing in a second. So you're also going to need something to put your salad in. So we're going to use this salad bowl for ours. Did you want to say something about cherries? I think Ethan might have his mouth full of cherries already. Okay, so we're going to bring this down to our ingredients, and we're going to scoot this around a little bit. The first thing that we want to do is we're going to cut up our red pepper. Now, we've washed off all of our produce, all of our fruits and vegetables, so that it's nice and clean. I have a parent knife, and I have a kid knife. And remember that a kid knife and a parent knife are not toys. These are tools. So you're going to hold it like you mean it, okay? And you're going to make sure that your fruit or vegetable is nice and solid. We don't want it wiggling all around. We want it laying nice and strong on your cutting board, okay?
Which knife are you going to use to cut it?
I'm going to use the parent knife. And so you might need to find an adult. Please find an adult.
Do you want a serrated knife?
No, this knife is great for me. To cut off the top. When you cut off the top, you'll see there's a bunch of seeds in here.
Oh, and if you're wondering what I meant by serrated is like, well, can you hold that knife?
Yeah.
See this kid knife, how it has these saw-like bumps? And then see this grown-up knife that's flat and smooth? So,
which one's serrated?
This one. If you see a knife that's saw-like, you know it's serrated.
All right, that's an important word for cooking. Serrated. Can you say serrated?
Serrated.
Great. So an adult cuts off the top and taps out all of the seeds, and then I'm going to cut it in half and hand it over to Ethan. And Ethan's going to cut it into little chunks.
Can I say something about chefs?
Yes, please.
Not all chefs, but a lot of chefs cook in restaurants, and so they usually don't get to eat the food they make. So, like, they work probably 6 hours a day making delicious food for other people, and they don't get to eat a bite of it.
Wow. So do you think you'd want to be a chef in a restaurant?
I don't know.
I don't know. I think we're going to need to interview a chef and find out the details, because I know that a chef needs to taste their food to know if it tastes good enough to give to customers.
The chef who's cooking doesn't get to do that.
There's
a special person to taste all the food.
We might need to find a chef who works in a restaurant and ask them these questions.
Well, actually, we know one, and we know...
Who is it?
Titi.
Oh, we will ask Titi and get back to you.
Titi is my aunt and Miss Melissa's sister.
It's true. The next thing that we're going to put in our salad is our apple, and you're going to need an adult to cut it in half for you, which I have just done. So I've got Ethan cutting up the pepper into little bites, and every time he finishes one of the ingredients, he's going to put it into our salad bowl. And I am going to get the apple ready for him.
Why can we not cut the apple with the kid knife?
You can, but I'm just prepping it for you because this is what is better for preschoolers. What happens when something falls to the floor? What can you do?
Pick it up and put it back and keep cutting it.
Yeah, if your floor is, you can rinse it off and continue, but if it's really dirty, you should put it in the compost because you don't need to eat dirty food. So Ethan's actually rinsing it off, and that's an idea. So we've got some peppers here, some apples. I'm going to open up this red onion. Now we are making this lunch for the people who live in our house, and everybody said, yes, I want red salad for lunch. But one of the people in our family said, but please don't put in the onion. And we said, okay, no problem. Because that's the thing about a chef or a person eating. It's important to try new foods, but you don't need to have every single thing in your dish. So red onions are actually purple, and they're very strong. I'm going to smell it.
Don't cry.
You smell this?
No, I don't want to cry.
He doesn't want to cry. So sometimes there's a chemical reaction in your body when you smell an onion, and sometimes it makes you cry. And this time, it is not making me cry. So I'm actually only going to add a little bit of red onion to this particular red salad, and the next red salad I make is going to be for me, and I'm going to add more because I like the red onion. The red onion is a tiny bit strong. It doesn't taste...
It's super strong, Mom.
Super strong, says the little chef.
I'm not a little chef. I'm a chef. I'm not tiny.
True. Well, I didn't say tiny chef.
Yeah, but tiny is a synonym. No, an antonym of a small.
Okay.
Or a little.
So just a little bit of red onions in here to add that nice flavor. And I want to actually pulling it right back out again because I realized I want it to be really little so that you don't get giant chunks of strong onion in your salad. So little tiny chunks of onion and not too many, but it's great for flavor. I'm thinking of somebody like Violet, who really likes flavors, and so I wonder if she would be putting this into her red salad. I don't know. I hope she lets me know, though. Okay.
Does she watch the videos?
Yeah, I think so. This is a tomato. I'm going to cut up our tomato. Your apple is looking really nice. And everything we're cutting it up into little bite-sized chunks because when we use our fork, we want it to be easy for people to eat our beautiful red salad.
Onion bread salad.
Mm-hmm. You don't have to put onions in it, but
the person
it's part of the recipe.
Mom, the person who asked for no onions said they wanted no onions. They didn't say they wanted a little bit of onions. They said they wanted no onions.
Yes, you're right. And so this salad we're making right now is not for them. I'm going to cut up. It's for you and me to try, and then we're going to share it with Dad. He'll be so surprised. This is a radish, and you can see on the inside it's white, and on the outside it's red. So I'm going to cut it up. And
lots of foods are like that.
Yeah.
Outside red, inside white.
Well, here's another example. Outside red, inside blanco. Blanco is white. Same here. So here's two examples. I'm going to cut
tomatoes are red all the way through.
That's true. And so are peppers.
A red splatting bomb.
Mm-hmm.
Cherries. Don't forget cherries.
Okay, I won't forget the cherries. I'm glad you said that because the cherries are going to be a little bit tricky. You're going to need an adult to help you with your cherries.
You know why?
Why? What's going on here? What's going on with cherries? Makes them kind of tricky.
Look, it's all red all the way through.
Oh, yeah.
But do you want to see what's in the center?
Mm-hmm. You have to bite around it or use a knife. I'll use a knife while you bite. What is in the middle of a cherry? Takes a while to get to it. I'm still cutting mine.
I'm not. I'm just trying to get a real last piece of the fruit.
It's so yummy. When you eat a cherry, here's what's inside.
I can't see it. It looks like
it's a pit.
Here, look at mine. Mine's like skinned. This is what the pit looks like.
You bring it closer? There it is. There's a pit. And you don't want to eat the pit. If you accidentally swallow a cherry pit, that will probably be fine, but you want to try not to. So if you are a very little chef, your adult is going to help you get them out, and you're going to put cherries into your salad that are all cut up like this.
We'll need to use a knife because if you try to bite them off in your mouth, I'm pretty sure you're going to swallow the fruit.
Yeah.
And then you'll have the pit, which you wanted, out separated from the fruit, which you'll have that. But then you won't have the fruit that you wanted to use. So that's also a problem.
That is a problem. It's a little bit tricky to cut cherries because of the pit. But if you're taking your time and you're being really careful, it should be okay.
Mom.
You just got to make sure you look out for your fingers. Yes.
Is this enough apple?
Well, I think it is. Yeah, it's really nice. I'm going to do one more cherry. And then we have raspberries, but the raspberries don't need to be cut at all. Will you please put some raspberries in? Thank you. All right, I've cut my, let's see here. Red peppers, check. Tomatoes, check. Radishes, check. Apple, check. Cherries, check. Raspberries, check. The only thing that's missing, do you know what's missing? The dressing. So we're going to make a little dressing, and we're going to use this little bowl right here.
It's going to be a red dressing.
It's not a red dressing. The recipe is making an orange dressing. So what happens if you have a red salad and you put an orange dressing on it? What color do you think it will look?
Orangish red.
Yeah, I think you're right. So we have here an orange, and we have some olive oil, and we have, and then the last thing for the dressing is salt.
What happens when you mix orange and red?
Well, I think we should try it out. Do you know what happens with orange and red when you mix it together? I think it makes dark orange. That's my prediction, but I'm going to have to do a little experiment to find out. It also calls for salt, the dressing. And so I was in the cabinet and I noticed a chunk of pink salt. It's a salt crystal. So I thought, ooh, I should show that to you guys because it's really cool. So this is what a lot of salt looks like. And it's just cut ground up into a very fine salt. And this is what salt crystal looks like. I'm going to get it really close.
And how you use the salt crystal.
Yes, please tell us. You're going to need the grater. I forgot it.
Can you guess?
Can you?
Well, I'll tell you one thing. You don't take a really sharp and strong knife, cut off a slab. Try breaking on anything. What you do is you get something which Mom mentioned just now, a grater.
It's in the knife drawer.
Right.
You can get the small one.
Have they ever seen the knife drawer?
They've never seen the knife drawer.
Well, so this, and that all came from the knife drawer.
In our knife drawer, we keep knives, but we have tons of really different kinds of
knives. This knife we're going to use for spreading peanut butter on our red sandwich with apple and peanut butter. This we keep with the silverware. And they call it silverware because it's silver, not actual silver.
It's all true. Okay, so I'm going to take a little bit of the olive oil, and Ethan's going to do the salt in a moment. And I'm going to put some olive oil in there. You can see.
You might want a grown-up to help you, but if you think you can do it, you can try. Just have grown-up supervision. Probably want grown-up supervision, and you also probably want some help.
Yeah, so can the grater cut you?
Yes, you do not want to grate your fingers.
No, that would be bloody.
You take the grater, and it's basically little tiny slits in a piece of metal with a handle. You hold it like this, and then you take the salt crystal, and the little slits are at the top of them because they're like a U shape. See those little slits? The U-shaped slits? The top of the U-shaped slit is a tiny knife.
So that's how the salt's going to come off the crystal?
Yeah.
Let's see it in action.
Watch.
It's hard to see in the video, but little salt granules are falling down into our dressing and creating a really nice, savory dressing for our salad.
Okay, now, before we mix it in, I wonder if you could see.
Can you see that? I feel like 1% worried. I'm going to help you hold it. So we've got oil, orange juice, and salt. And we're going to stir it up. I'm using a knife because that's what I have. Will you grab a spoon, please, Ethan? And a fork. Thank you very much. All right, we have this beautiful salad, and Ethan's going to put 2 spoons of dressing on the salad. A gentle stir is appropriate here. Oh my goodness. No problem. I like the way you set it down because it's a lot more solid that way. All right, and once you have it nice and mixed, you're going to put 2 spoons onto your salad. This is a smaller spoon than I was expecting, so you're probably going to put 4 spoons of that size. And you see how Ethan's drizzling it around.
Well, this is how they would put it on in a fancy restaurant. They would drizzle it in a zigzag on the top.
Mm-hmm.
But
and then you're going to take your fork and give it a gentle stir. Oh, we have one more. Yep.
Usually they wouldn't stir it together.
Wouldn't they?
No, they wouldn't stir the salad together. They would have it in like fancy layers and all this fancy designing, and then this maybe like greens all around the edges, drizzle some balsamic vinegar on it.
Do you want to drizzle balsamic vinegar on here?
Serve it very carefully. I do so many fancy things at these like super fancy restaurants so that it's like $100 for a table of 5.
Wow. And we can do these fancy things right in our house, can't we?
And spend like...
What are you after, Ethan?
I'm after the balsamic vinegar.
Do you know I keep it in the fridge? So,
really?
Yep, I sure do.
We keep all of our other vinegars, sauces, oils, and that stuff up here.
Yeah, that's the thing. We have a lot of sauces and vinegar. So this is a balsamic vinegar. It's a glaze already made, and it's a little messy, so I keep it in a jar. And that is going to taste delicious. Just want to make sure I close it. Here is another view of our salad. The vinegar is a little bit strong, and so if you don't care for strong, I don't recommend it.
Don't take a bottle of balsamic vinegar, squirt the entire thing on it, mix it in, and then eat it.
Would you grab one more fork and we'll give this a taste? It looks so good. I'm really excited to taste this red salad. Red foods are so good for you. They help your body to grow big and strong, and you can run fast when you eat clean fruits and vegetables. Nope. Are you? Okay. Okay. Here comes someone who chose their own utensil.
Chopsticks.
Chopsticks. Totally a choice. You are the chef. All right, I'm going to give it a try. We've never tried this before.
I've never had fruit with balsamic vinegar.
That is so good. What do you think?
I think it's great.
How do you think it's working with the onion? Is it working for you? Because lots of kids say they don't like onions, but you're a kid. What do you say?
I don't really have any onion.
It's adding a flavor, though. I can taste it on the other things I ate. This is really good.
I can't pick up the cherry.
Yeah, it's tricky because I cut it up so small. All right, we're going to set this to the side because we have
It's
one
also
more
really
thing we're going to make. It is slippery. Let's clean up our workspace a little bit. Can you get the washcloth, please? All right. Red salad is a great thing for you to make for your family. You guys can have it for lunch or dinner or breakfast, even if you feel like it. Nope, washcloth.
What? This is a washcloth.
Okay. I don't know why we're talking about this. Washcloth. A washcloth is wet, and it goes in your sink, and you use it to wipe down your counters. And it's a good idea to wipe down your counter or your workspace between things that you're making. So we're gonna make a really quick, easy sandwich, and Ethan and I agreed that this is a Robertson favorite. And you're gonna need bread, peanut butter, and apples. Okay, let's see here. Ethan is making the sandwich because he is the guy who suggested it.
No, I did.
Oh, thank you. Okay, so we have our 2 pieces of bread. You can use whatever kind of bread you have at your house. I'm gonna cut up the apple. Will you spread the peanut butter, please?
So you'll need smooth or chunky peanut butter. I recommend smooth. You'll need an apple to half an apple, depending on how much you want.
How should the apple be sliced? In big, thick chunks or what?
Try to cut them as smooth as possible. And make sure the peanut butter is stirred so not all the oils in the peanut butter are on the top.
Okay. Yeah, that looks really good. Yep, I'd be glad to. Sometimes you need an adult to help out with the stirring because it really is tricky.
And then you'll spread peanut butter on one side and put the apple slices on the other side.
I think this is going to go really nicely with, oh my gosh, really nicely with our red salad. So Ethan has arranged his apples all over on one side and his peanut butter on another side.
Bit of a tight squeeze, but I did it. Okay, and then you put the peanut butter on the apple. And one reason you can also put peanut butter and then apple on. So spread the peanut butter and then put the apple on top of the peanut butter and then put the other slice on. You can also do that. But
are you saying that the chefs have choices?
Yeah, but here's one thing you should always do. If you're making a sandwich with more than one topping, with like tomatoes, eggs, like if you're making a hamburger with a patty and then some greens and then some tomatoes and then some ketchup and mustard and maybe some mayonnaise if you have some. Okay, if you're using all those, you probably want to flip the side with the main. You want to put all the solid things that would fall off if you flipped it over on one side and all the liquid things that would stick on, like the mayonnaise, the mustard, and the ketchup, on the other side. And then you want to take that side with the non-solids and put it on the solid side. And you don't really want to mess up your entire arrangement like that, like I did.
Are you going to cut your sandwich in half or have it whole?
I think we should cut it in half.
Okay.
You can cut it in half while I wash my hands.
Great. Ethan's going to wash his hands. He got a little bit of peanut butter. He prefers his sandwich in half. Oh yeah, that looks really nice. That's a great sandwich for any kid. If you are someone who can't have peanut butter, you can use sun butter. It works really, really well.
You can also use almond butter.
Also, almond butter is really good.
And then we'll put the sandwich on a plate.
Oh, that's fancy. This is a fancy place. We're putting our sandwich on a plate.
Well, no one really wants to eat it off the counter.
No.
Because then we have a bunch of peanut butter on the counter. It's like the worst flipping.
No, it's okay. All right. And here we present our lunch to you. A sandwich and a salad. Did you want to do a taste test?
Okay.
Of your sandwich? All right. Ethan will taste test the sandwich. How is it? And we already tasted the salad. We hope you guys have a really wonderful day. We love you and we miss you. Adios.